someone told him back then, 808s and heartbreaks. Someone told him back then not to make that. They would have been wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Just most of his career was going against the grain, and it's getting harder for him to distinguish like what's actually good and what's just crazy and weird and nobody likes. It's just a bummer.
Yeah, there's stuff on Donda, the Donda album, there's stuff on there that's fucking good.
Oh yeah.
But it's just always just glimmers of shit that's like, man, if you actually took this seriously, this would be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Not much going on, so.
Yeah, no, not a lot's been happening. I don't know if you saw, but I saw an article literally today, and I put it in the show notes. I sent you the link. But yeah, nothing's happening. It's been a pretty lazy week, I think. It's whatever, though. It's whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're ready here.
Dope. I am ready to just hear you talk about Diablo 4 for an hour.
That's what's gonna happen. So
yeah. I assume all good things. Actually, don't spoil it. I'll hear in a little bit.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Game Overs episode 192. I was going to say Saturday, but it's not Saturday. It feels like a Saturday for me, but it's not Saturday. It's Thursday, October the 10th, 2024. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Rick. I'm here, you're here, we're all here to talk about some video games. Not a lot happened this week, I'll be honest. Not a lot of stories to talk about, but there was a pretty big release. Diablo 4's new expansion, Vessel of Hatred, just got released. And they are adding some new seasonal updates to the game as well. I haven't actually had to play it yet. I'll be honest, I've just fallen into my comfort games. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But you had a chance to play it, and I'm very excited to hear what you thought of the new season, of the new Vessel of Hatred content. Tell me all about it, man.
So the Vessel of Hatred, man, it's a huge update. Huge update. Even outside of the expansion content, it's the actual 2.0, and I think by now they're at 2.0.9 or something, because the launch hasn't been exactly smooth.
No, it is not.
So they've put out a couple hot fixes to patch some things up, and yeah, I loaded it up Tuesday night and finished. I just ran through the champagne and finished the campaign. More story content. They added a whole new zone. You know, that's like the size of the other zones. So there's a sixth zone now, and they added a new class, Spiritborn class. I made a Spiritborn. They kind of people have been saying it's like the monk from Diablo 3.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what got me excited for it.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's true because I don't think I made a monk in D3. So, but it's fun, man. It's just more Diablo. It's more what you want from Diablo. But the 2.0 update kind of refines a lot of things. It changes a lot of the core. I don't want to say the core mechanics, but just the progression, I guess, is really different. For example, they've rebalanced all of the difficulties. So if you're used to jumping in on just like, it's Diablo, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna jump in on the hardest difficulty it lets me start out on. Nope. Do not do that. They've rebalanced everything. So there's like, I think there's 8 difficulties now. There's like normal, hard, expert, and penitent, which you can just start out on right when you launch. And then there's Torment 1, and it goes to Torment 4 or 5. What they're saying is, like, I guess, like, expert is what used to be, like, nightmare, I guess. But even them saying that doesn't... I went in on, like... I guess I think I went in on hard, which is the second difficulty. And I was having such a rough go, man. It was like... It was like, I gotta set this to normal, which is like the first... it's level 1. It's rough now. It's way harder.
Oh, wow.
Way harder. And then but also I'm using a new class, so I'm not as experienced with it as... I
was gonna say, you're gonna have the growing pains of a new class, so you don't know like what's good, what's not, what's overpowered. I'm sure there's not a meta for the class yet.
That's where you would be wrong.
Yeah.
Because I stumbled into accidentally the most broken fucking thing you can, like, in the game.
Oh yeah?
They will probably patch this out, but there's a thing you can do with the Spiritborn. There's a lot of mechanics. They're like an elementalist almost, so they can channel like every element. They can mix and match and combine elements, and you can set like a spirit animal, and that animal will like imbue your skills with different things. And there's one you can set that when you evade, lightning spears come out and like attack the enemies. But for whatever reason, that attack that happens when you evade is extremely powerful. So, and I stumbled into this by accident, just like messing around with shit. So I figured out that shit does so much damage. I'm like, oh man, it would be nice if I could just stack a bunch of evades and then just evade all over the place and just spam evade, and then that attack flies out and murders shit. Well, it turns out people have figured out, there's a build that's just dedicated to that.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so I kind of stumbled into that on my own a little bit. Not optimized, but I'm sure if I like followed the build, it would just be disgusting. And then there's people on Reddit that have already like shown what it looks like when you've maxed that shit out. So the class is fun. The class is fun. There's a lot of different. They rebalanced all of the classes too. So they've changed the leveling, so now the max level is 60. So you get 10 more like levels worth of skill points, and then also they've expanded out the Paragon tree, so now it's 300 levels of Paragon that you can do.
Shit.
Yeah,
That is dope. Okay.
and then those Paragon levels are shared between your every class or every character you make. So you only have to level that once, and then if you make a new character, it's shared between every character. So it just makes you don't have to grind as much when you make a new character. Um, so that's just really
dope.
cool. It's really fun, having a lot of fun with it. The story, I'm not gonna talk about the story other than it's okay.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. But no, I like the story from the original, the base game. I actually enjoyed the story, but I feel like this just feels like tacked on, and it just doesn't solve anything by the end. Nothing's solved. And you're like, okay, I guess we're still doing this. And then they bring characters in just to die. And you're like, okay, what was the point of this guy even existing? Yeah, it was just other characters are completely non-existent. They bring back the mercenary system from Diablo 3. I don't know if they called it mercenaries back then, but it's basically, you can have a follower and it'll help you in combat, and then they'll level up and they have their own skills, and then you can attach their skills to your skills, so that say you trigger an AoE attack. Well, you can set it up so that your mercenary doesn't attack based on that. So maybe they have a skill that walls enemies in, and you can have them wall enemies in and link it to your attack that does the AoE, and kind of have like a synergize thing going on like that.
Oh, I like that.
Or like if you get low on health, they'll do an attack that taunts the enemies, so that they'll tank enemies for a second, give you a little breathing room.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Diablo 3 didn't quite have that. Like, you had companions and stuff that can level up and they have skills, but you couldn't like coordinate them to like, if I do this, then you do this. If this happens, then you then do this.
Yeah.
Like that. That's really cool. Yeah. Diablo 3 didn't have that. I like that a lot. Is there a lot like to the companions to like? I guess I should say, is it actually helpful, like having them there, or is it just like a nothing thing you could ignore?
It's helpful. No, it's helpful. Yeah, you would not want to ignore it. It's definitely helpful, especially because they can make up for the spots in your build where you're like less, you're less focused. Like, say if you just don't have a lot of defensive capabilities, yeah, definitely these guys or absolutely, like the guy I have with me right here, he'll pop a bubble that'll just kind of just bolster your defense a little bit. There's another guy who wasn't officially a mercenary, but he's with you through a lot of the story, and he was doing shit where I wish he was a mercenary, because he was doing shit like he'll give you like barrier, he'll increase your movement speed. They kind of just do shit randomly. They have their own like skill tree, so as you travel with them, they'll level up, and you can put skills in their tree and then they'll learn different abilities and shit. But they kind of just use stuff on their own, unless you set it up. You can just set one thing. You can just set one skill that they'll do when you do one of your skills, or you like pop a potion, or you're about to like die. You can just set like one trigger and then one actual skill, like active skill, that they'll use based on that trigger. So
that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. What else? It's buggy. There's a lot of bugs. So yeah, like I said, they had the hot patch the game a few times. I'm gonna say at least 4 hot fixes. Even before the thing launched, they had to hot fix it. They had to like delay the launch a few hours to put out a hot fix. Like, if something was just, they found something that was just super broken, and they were like, we cannot launch this game until we fix this. Uh, so yeah, it was just it was just a weird launch, and then playing it, I just you just run into weird shit. You go on Reddit and you're just people just like they're losing access to the expansion while they're playing it. So they'll just get kicked out and be like, "Hey, you don't have access to the expansion," even though they already built a Spiritborn character and have been playing it. Like at some point, it just kicks them out, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? They put a hotfix out for that. Um, the drop rates have been fucking bad. I ran into an issue where just nothing was dropping. Just nothing was dropping. And I was like, "What is this? A feature? Is this a bug?" I know they tweaked the drop rates of stuff. I knew that, but I there was just a window of time where absolutely nothing was dropping, and I was like, "This seems broken." And eventually, it did like fix itself, but yeah, it's just like just weird stuff like popping up. My game hard crashed 2 times. Um, which I think was because they were pushing a hot fix because both of those crashes coincided with the game closing and then an update downloading. Uh, so yeah, it's just been a lot of weird shit, man. This has kind of been the weirdest launch for them. Like I don't remember any of their launches being quite this bad, but uh yeah, it's just been pretty buggy. um but it's fun. It's just a lot of fun, man. They've added so much stuff. The progression is way uh it seems like the progression is just way more spread out now, just in terms of like the stuff that's gonna drop. Like you don't drop, there's no more because if you remember how you used to play, they had like with like the 5 difficulties, but really there were like 3 difficulties because you would never do the lowest difficulty. You would
Yeah.
do like the hardest one you could do, and then there was that one that was like in between where like sacred items would drop, and you would just never do that difficulty because you could just go to like the next one where the ancestral items are dropping. So sacred items really had no purpose, so they got rid of sacred items, so those don't exist anymore. Now it's just ancestral, and ancestral items are extremely rare. Not extremely rare, but they're like rare. So um, ancestral items only drop once you get to torment difficulty, and those drops are rare. And when they do drop, they're guaranteed to have a greater affix on them. So like that's now the end game is like ancestral items, and they only drop on Torment 1, and Torment 1 is kind of where like the end game is like that's where it's at, and anything beyond that is kind of just extra, where like the drop rates increase, but you can get everything on Torment 1. So if you don't wanna go into like the harder shit, you don't have to. Like you can kind of just stay on Torment 1 because that's where everything's at. But you get higher chances of everything if you do crank it up. But the shit's like with the build with this broken ass build, it's been like which I didn't find that build. I didn't really like hone that build in until after I unlocked Torment, like after I finished everything basically. But yeah, it's harder. It's like more, yeah, it's like you feel it, man. You definitely feel it. So it's good. It's good. They added there's a raid now. So there's like a 4-man raid, but you can do it. You need at least 2 people to do it, but it's balanced for 4 people. And there's a party finder now, so if you're like doing a dungeon, you can pull up the party finder and just find people who are also doing it. Um, yeah, it's easier to level your glyphs now. All you have to do is just you do a run in the pit, and then basically you just have a chance of it leveling. And you basically, however high of a pit level you do, you're guaranteed a certain amount of levels. So it's not this fucking like experience thing anymore. It's like you do this, it's gonna level, and there's more levels to your sigil stones. They added rune words, which I haven't even fucked with those yet. But yeah, there's a lot there's a lot to this update, and a lot of it you don't even need the expansion to do. A lot of this is part of the 2.0 update. So there's still a bunch of stuff you can do without even buying the expansion. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
It's worth it.
That's good to know. It's on my list, man. There's so much stuff coming out now that like that expansion sounds awesome. Metaphor Refantasio just came out.
Yeah.
So that looks really good too. I'm hearing good things about the new Dragon Ball game. Yep. So like there's a I'm not hurting for choice right now, but my wallet can't get everything, so
yeah. Well, like I said, there's a lot of content added you don't need the expansion for. Like it is a full fucking 2.0 update, and they're still doing like the seasonal content as well. So there's a lot of stuff even without the expansion that you can still just get into. I mean, you can just load it up without the expansion and just do all the stuff, and then when the expansion comes out, you can just get right into that shit.
That's true.
Like it is just like a seamless add-on. So
that's true. I'll probably just do that. Just get into the new seasonal content and then pick up the expansion later.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it's good, man. I was worried it wasn't going to be worth it, but it sounds like it is, and that's awesome for me, man. Diablo's back, man. We've been saying it forever, but Diablo's back.
It does seem like they just don't really. They either don't know what they want to do because they keep rebalancing shit, and this is like the third, I guess, just complete overhaul to the systems, and it seems like they don't entirely know what they're doing, and then even though they put it out on like the public test realm and people have been testing it, it's still launching, and then there's like, oh wow, the drop rates are really fucked up, or like the material, like when you break down your equipment at the blacksmith, the materials you get out of that just are not. It's like they rebalance the materials you get, and you don't get enough material to then put back into your items to start like upgrading them.
Yeah,
it's like it takes way more materials to upgrade your shit than it does to upgrade one thing than if you like took a full stack of inventory and like trashed it all. Like you would then waste all of that to upgrade one item. It's like not. It's very unbalanced. So one of the hot fixes was to fix that. Was to like fix like the material imbalance. Yeah, some of the shit they just like don't really seem to know what the fuck they're doing. They make these huge changes and then find out like, oh no, we've forgot something or we missed something, or so. Seems like they're still figuring it out, but where it's at right now, it's okay. It's great where it's at right now. There's so much stuff to do, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun still. So
that's really good. I'll definitely start the seasonal content and I'll pick up the expansion later. But that's awesome. I'm glad it's fun. I'm really happy that it's fun.
The soundtrack is great. The new soundtrack for the expansion is awesome. I feel like this game in general has a underrated soundtrack. But yeah, there was a lot of points in when I was playing the campaign where I was like, God, man, the music here is fucking great. So, and they put the soundtrack up on YouTube, so you can just like listen to it. And it's good stuff.
That's really good. I'll check it out for sure then. It's on my list. I'm quick update. Some stuff's changing at work. It's kind of stressful, so I've just been falling back into like my comfort games for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm playing a lot of Cyberpunk. It is a comfort game, but I'm like, I want something that I know. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like something I know I could expect. I can go in. I know I'm gonna have like a good time. So I booted up the Cyberpunk again. Still incredible game. Incredible game. Even though I talk about, like, I just want something comfortable that I know really well. I'm trying a different build than I usually do, and that's been a lot of fun. Killing some of the monotony of the game. It's still incredible. Like, great story, beautiful graphics, a lot of content now. The game's been out for so long. You know, CG Projekt Red updated it with a bunch of content. I forgot they did this. There's a new radio station now that includes all new music for the game. But it's all like licensed tracks from smaller artists. So it's like fans of the game that could upload their own music, and they got picked for it.
They did like a thing where it's like, hey, send us your tracks and we'll put it in the game.
Yeah, and I'm happy to say they're good. There are a bunch of different tracks, different languages, different genres. All of them are good. They fit the world super well. But yeah, it's incredible. Like, it's still a great fucking game. I'm glad I have this game. That's all I really have to say about that. I can't say anything new about it, honestly. Yeah, I can't say anything new about this game that hasn't already been said, so it's whatever, man. Let's get into some news now, because I don't have anything else to talk about. The games I've been playing. I've been boring.
I did play
Red Dead Redemption.
What was that? I play a little bit of there's a game called Halls of Torment on Steam. It's like it's a Souls. No, it's not a Souls. It's a Survivors. It's an ass game.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, and it's got like a lot of Diablo 2 influence on it.
Yeah, it's basically what if Diablo 2 was an ass game. And it just launched in 1.0, even though I've been playing it in the early access version for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, people should check that out. It's cheap, and it's fun. It's got a lot of content, and yeah, if you like Diablo, it's definitely, yeah. It's just they mixed it with Survivors very well. So
I like Diablo. I like ass games. So yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, and it's cheap. I think it's like, I want to say it's like $5, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, no, that sounds dope, man. Yeah, sign me up. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's $5. $5. Halls of Torment.
Halls of Torment. I will check that shit out. And in some news, something that we all knew would happen eventually, but I'm glad it's actually getting announced. Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare are both coming to PC October 29th. So this month. Final fucking Lee. I mean, when they announced the games are getting ported to modern systems, right? Switch, PlayStation, not Xbox. Xbox had it. People were like, where's the PC version? We were both like, but the PC version, though, when they announced that, like, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
And here it is. It's coming, finally.
So here's where I get curious as to fucking people is, you know, this is going to require the fucking Rockstar Games launcher.
Yup.
I want to see where are people going to rage at this the same way they rage at fucking the Sony shit.
And with Helldivers and God of War, and
just because it's a beloved game, people don't give a fuck about. Like, people only care recently when it's Sony is doing it, even though literally everyone else has been doing it. So this is what I want to see, is when this comes out, people are going to be like, it requires the Rockstar launcher, boycott. No one's going to give a fuck, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone's going to give a shit about it. People are going to say they give a shit about it, but they're not going to do anything. And Rockstar's going to get a pass on this. I know they are.
Yeah, it's gonna have all the latest features, ultra wide, DLSS, frame gen. I'm curious to see how they do keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, me too.
Because they do say it has full keyboard and mouse functionality. So this is just a weird game.
Yeah, it is, because the game was console exclusive when it first came out. So this PC port for it is essentially from the ground up. has to be put together. There's not another PC version of the game to like build off of or fall back on. And so that's interesting to me. Every version of this fucking game is like different, dude. Like the Switch version obviously like has probably the worst like graphical options, like 30 FPS, 720p or whatever. And then you have the Xbox version, which is just like the backwards compatibility version. So you just pop a disc in and play it. That has some improvement to resolution and stuff, but a lot of the UI elements still don't look great because those didn't get scaled up right. And the game still runs at 30 FPS, at least from what I was playing on it, because I did play it on Xbox. I don't know if it's got an update yet since it first came out, or since they released it on PlayStation and Switch. I don't know if it's got an update since then, but the Xbox version still is underperforming. I think the PlayStation version, specifically the PS5 version, I think has like 60 FPS, right? Or am I making that up?
I hope it does. Well, for a while, I've heard that the best version was the original Xbox 360 version on a new console, because it up-reses it, and it does like the whole like upscaling enhancement thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't upscale the
frame rate.
God damn it, the frame rate. Yeah, the frame rate's still 30. At least last time I played it.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm looking it up now. But yeah, I think like last time I looked at it, I think the PlayStation version was the better one because it actually runs at 60 FPS.
Yeah, if that's true, then maybe they already put the work in to do. Maybe it did run at 60, but it wasn't like a full resolution. I think that's
I pulled it up. Yeah, the last article I read about it was like an IGN article from like a year ago when they first released it. And yeah, the PlayStation version has 60 FPS. There's a 60 FPS toggle on it. And that was the first time that game was playable at 60 FPS. While the Xbox Series version still runs at 30, but it actually goes up to 4K resolution. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like 1080.
Yeah. But
no, it goes up to 4K resolution, but it runs at 30. Yeah. Which is like, why though? Like that pisses me off a little bit.
That's the thing, trade-offs. Every version is like a different trade-off. Can't get everything.
The only reason why it's a trade-off for the Xbox version, it's not like a performance thing. It's not like the Xbox can't handle it. The reason why is because it's been available with backwards compatibility forever. So there's no reason to like, release the upgrade for it, because people can just pop the disc in their system and play it. And I'm like 90% sure Rockstar doesn't want to pay extra for those performance boosts when they've already got their customer base who already bought it, right? Either the physical re-release of it or a digital copy of it. The people who want it already have it on Xbox.
So when did this re-release come out on the consoles? Like how long has it been? So it's been a year.
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good at like the 1 year timeline of console and then 1 year PC.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
they are pretty good with it.
You can keep our expectations, when GTA comes out. Hopefully within a year they do that.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so that's happening. Honestly, I already own it on Xbox. I might double dip on PC if I'm being totally honest.
It's gonna be $50, $50, bones.
I paid $20 for my Xbox copy.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 40 on the actual store. So I'm good. I'm good. You gonna pick it up?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while. I've been wanting to go back to this. I did play RDR 2, but I never finished it. So
I've yet to play 2. Oh. I've heard good things, but I haven't played it yet.
It's just an incredible game, man. It really
That's what everyone tells me. That's what everyone tells me.
It's just long. It's long and slow. But I don't know. I feel like if you just do it slowly, you'll just bit by bit, just mission by mission. That'd be probably a good way to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd like it. I just need to like. My problem with the game, and it's something I've read about that it's going to turn me off, is the game is very story focused. So even though it's an open world game, it pigeonholes you into a lot of situations. You don't really have a lot of freedom on how to tackle some missions or even how the mission turns out. Like the game pretends it's like this huge open world, go anywhere, do anything deal, and it is for the most part until you play through the story mode. Then that takes all that away. It might as well be a level-based game.
Yeah.
Which kind of which bums me out a little bit because I'm like, because I play games like it's not fair to compare this, but Breath of the Wild, right? Where even though it's an open world game and has a story, you can tackle that story any way you want. And you can tackle those challenges any way you want. It doesn't like pigeonhole you into like there's a story reason this has to play out the way it does.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably because of just how broad the game is in terms of its systems. Maybe they just can't. They have to like lock you in when the missions start. I mean, it's a prequel, so I mean there is shit does have to play out a certain way to be canonical with the first Red Dead.
Yeah.
You can't just go and do whatever, but it does like, it's only when you start the missions where it's like, okay, you're in mission mode now. And, it has this like invisible walls where if you go outside those walls, like you're outside the mission area. But it's only when you're in the mission. If you're in the mission, you should probably just do the mission. I don't know. There's just people just, I don't think it's as bad as people say it is.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up. Then it's not too expensive now, so I'll probably nab it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my list for sure. Like it's definitely on my list. I'm gonna pick it up eventually.
I would hope that GTA. I would hope can change. I mean, that's Rockstar. You say you've never played like GTA or anything. That's how they make game. That's how their games have been made. So you go into a mission and then you're in like mission mode, and like that's, you are like locked in there.
Yeah, like I played like GTA 5, right? Like when that was like my first real GTA game I was able to play.
Yeah.
I think I've told the story plenty of times, but my dad was a huge gamer, so he knew like what games were and weren't okay for me to be playing, and GTA was like on that list I should not be playing. So I never got to play GTA growing up like most people did. All these people have this memory of like playing GTA when they were way too young to be playing GTA. I do not have that memory.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, that's just how their shit has always been structured. Yeah. That's why I'm wondering if 6 maybe can get away from that a little bit and kind of do the Breath of the Wild thing a little bit, where it's just like a little more open ended in terms of
or not even Breath of the Wild. Like, people don't talk about it enough, but Metal Gear Solid 5 had an incredible like open world system, right? And well, it was a little bit different. You weren't like existing in the world like between missions. Like you had your mother base to go back to.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Like you took up a mission and you dropped out in the world and you're just like, okay, figure it out. Like here's the mission. It's save this guy. How you do it is up to you. Or the mission is sneak in here and take this thing. How you do it is up to you. And I have so many like stories of just how this stuff had played out for me because the tactics I took, that it's incredible, dude. I still think about that game sometimes. Like,
yeah, I always want to go back to it and just
me too.
Play a little bit.
Me too. I think I might like re-download it and give it another shot because it's a fantastic game. Like it's really good.
Yeah. Terrible Metal Gear game, but great.
Is it a terrible Metal Gear game? Really? Like what makes it a terrible Metal Gear game?
Just
Other than the fact that you're not sitting through like an hour of cutscenes between every mission.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't do any of the Metal Gear shit you want.
And I'll argue the audio tapes you find like can satisfy that for you.
No. Nah.
Granted, it's been a while since I played it, but when I played it, I had gone through all the Metal Gear games like leading up to it when I played it for the first time I played it. And I'll admit the story is not a Metal Gear level story. Like,
yeah,
it is very, the story's very funny enough. The story is very out of the way in this game. It definitely takes a backseat in this game. But the gameplay is incredible. Like, goddamn, I love that game.
That's what I mean. Like Breath of the Wild is a terrible Zelda game, I think. But that doesn't mean like on its own it's incredible. But it doesn't do any of this Zelda shit you want it to do.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll go back and play it again. I just want to play that game again. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption coming out on PC. This is probably gonna be the best. I think it's the best version of the game, right? Like, it's gonna have
obviously
like 4K, 60 FPS. Like, it's gonna have everything like you wanted those like console ports to have. So we'll see that when that drops. Like, that's gonna be the best version of the game. And in some other news, I just found out about this today, so I dropped it in the show notes before we started the show.
Yeah.
But LittleBigPlanet 3 and all DLC is being delisted from the PlayStation Store effective Halloween, October 31st. So I guess because of like the rampant like cheating and hacking that's being done online, they're just delisting it. And instead of just taking the game, offline, they're just going to delist everything. Which,
or instead of like fixing it.
That too. So just fixing it.
Because this is a great game.
It is a great game, and it's a huge bummer that like it's gonna be gone. Like, it's gonna be completely delisted, so you can't even buy it digitally. So if you have a physical copy of it, awesome. Like, you can still play it, and your physical copy is probably gonna be worth a lot more after October 31st.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to me that that's a thing. Like, I can understand like licensed games, right? Like, the Transformers game, the Ninja Turtles game, all the Spider-Man games. I can understand those because they're like licensed stuff, but this is a first-party Nintendo title, or a PlayStation title. Sackboy was their mascot before Astrobot, and to just take out their last game like that is crazy to me. Like, that's insane, dude.
I think they are working on something else. We don't really know what that is.
Because the last game that what's the fucking company? Molecule, what are they called?
Media Molecule,
yeah. Because the last game they were working on was that Dreams game, and like they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an early access, or Sony's equivalent of early access forever. And they're like, oh, hey, we're going to stop working on it. So what's there is there.
I think it did come out.
It came out in the sense it was available for sale, but it was always billed as like the beta or early access version.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever like officially released. I think they're just like, we're still going to stop working on it.
And then they put out Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Which was fun. That game is fun. I got that on PC. A lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. The way they've been treating old Sackboy here has been not great. I don't know what's fucking going on over there, man, but this is a sad day. It's gonna be a sad day if Sackboy is not in our lives anymore.
Yeah, it is gonna be sad, especially since there's so much potential with that game. Like, release it on PC, man, and like that's it. Like, it's all you need, really. Like, just release it on PC and like,
let the people do the work for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The modding community.
Shigeru Miyamoto, I said this is the game that he's jealous of, that he wishes he came up with. Like, it's a fantastic game. I never played 3. I played the shit out of 1 though. I played the shit out of 1. And it's a fun game. It's fun playing through it. It's fun building shit. And it's sad to see this go. Like, even if you have a physical copy of it, it's sad that you can't take it online anymore. Play other people's maps and explore new shit. I used to love seeing the shit people created and just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I got the Game of the Year edition of LittleBigPlanet 1 way back in the day, and it came with a bunch of like some of the best user created maps with little like excerpts from the actual creators. Like they filmed them like talking about their map, their level, their influence of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's super cool. And like you actually they sit there and talk about their influence for the game and when they came up with it. It's so neat, dude, just hearing it and seeing all the stuff these people created. And it's a bummer that experience is gone. When now that internet's like more available now than it's ever been. If anything, like we should be experiencing that more now. So huge bummer. Yeah, I didn't mean to get all sentimental, but it's sad. It's a sad day.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I do believe they got something else they're working on. So
I hope so.
That's probably why they don't have the resources to actually like fix any of the issues it had, because they're working on something else. So
yeah, I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah, those guys are very creative. They're very creative individuals there. So
they are. So we'll see what they put together. I'm excited to see what they do next. Like they do create some just fantastic ideas. So we'll see what they do. All right. Game releases, right? We got October 10th, Amanda the Adventurer releasing on PS4, PS5, Series X, and Xbox One. What is this? Like Black Dora? Oh, that's not what this is at all. I saw the logo with her, the apple, and her like little sheep, and I'm like, right? Like I'm not the only one that thought that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games. It's like it tries to come out as something other than it is in the beginning, and then it turns into this horrific thing the more you play.
Yeah. It looks interesting, but it's like, it's not my cup of tea, man. I'm not into that kind of stuff. We got Amber Isle dropping on PC, Backyard Baseball 97 dropping on PC, Bloodless dropping on Switch, Faith the Unholy Trinity dropping on Switch. I've actually heard of this game, Faith.
Yeah, I played this, I think, in a demo derby.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's a horror game, but it's built like an old like MS-DOS game.
Yeah.
But that's part of the horror of it. So there's some parts in that like fuck with you. I don't want to spoil it, but I was reading that there's some parts in there that like fuck with you and do stuff you don't expect or stuff that MS-DOS couldn't do, just to like fuck with you. And I heard it's really effective. It's a really effective horror game. Last time I saw you dropping on PC, Switch, PS5, and Series X. Sky Ocean's Wings for Hire dropping on PC, Switch, PS5, and Series X. UFO Robot Grendizer, The Feast of Wolves dropping on Switch. That name sounds fucking awesome. What kind of game is this? Watch it be like a fucking visual novel or something.
Oh, it's like a Voltron,
it's like an arena fighter. Yeah, it's like an arena fighter Voltron.
Yeah, but then it turns
into
it's
a beat 'em up. Yeah. It's like a beat 'em up, shoot 'em up. I guess this is like an actual franchise Grendizer. I've never heard of it though.
What in the world?
Yeah, what is this? This looks cool as hell. I'm watching this trailer and it's like
insane.
Yeah.
What is the game? It looks like it's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, but it's also like a 3D brawler.
What the fuck? This is going in the wish list.
It kind of reminds like the Transformers game. Remember that Transformers, that Platinum game from Transformers?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that. I'm not seeing him fight multiple people though, so I think it's like, oh no, there they are. So I guess it kind of mixes it up a little bit. It's like a part boss rush, part shoot 'em up, part beat 'em up.
Uh-oh, Dizzer mode. Or Dizer mode.
This looks cool as hell.
No, it looks like the parts of it look like that fucking Godzilla game.
A little bit, yeah. Even the shoot 'em up sections are like different. There's some that are like top down shoot 'em up sections. There's some that are more like Star Fox.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. This looks like the kind of game that's like, you know, it doesn't do anything super new, but it does a lot of stuff really well. And it's probably, you know, you could probably beat it in a weekend, but it's going to be a really fun weekend.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, at least. I never played it. I'm going to check this out. This looks cool. Oh, I guess it's a Go Nagai like property. The Devilman guy, the guy who made Devilman. I guess this is his thing.
Oh.
I heard about that. I heard he, like, before he did Devilman, he did like some mecha like manga series, and I guess this is it. That's really cool. All right, this looks dope. I'm adding it to the wish list too.
Yeah.
October 11th, we got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero releasing officially tomorrow for PC, PS5, and Series X. I think it's already available now, though, if like you have the special edition or whatever. That's where all the footage is coming from that I'm seeing everywhere.
There's a lot of good things about this, man.
I heard a lot of great things about it. I'm a fan of like the old Budokai games, so
yeah,
to see this is just, it's that, but just next level. Like, I'm into it.
I heard a lot of the cutscenes were just fucking slideshows.
I heard that too, but I also heard there's a lot of cutscenes in the game though. Like, yeah, there's a whole like there's a bunch of like what if campaigns you can play through, and that changes the story route that you can take through it. Like, someone was showing me you can play through like Goku's like base storyline, or you can play through like a modified one where he went Super Saiyan like in his first fight with Vegeta, and how that would change like the rest of the canon. And then Vegeta's got his own shit too. Like, if you play through Vegeta's campaign, you can play through like what if Vegeta like won that fight. Like, it's pretty neat. Like, I was reading about it and it looks pretty cool. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, dude. I think most people are, you know, right? If you grew up watching cartoons in the 90s, like, you know, I think most of us are Dragon Ball fans, so
yeah,
to see something like this is pretty neat. It looks great.
I guess I didn't realize that's a $70 game.
Oh yeah, it's expensive. It's an expensive one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have money to like drop on that right now.
Yeah.
We got Europa dropping on PC and Switch. Metaphor Refantasio dropping on Switch. Sorry, PC. Yeah.
Europa is fucking awesome.
Is it? Did you play it during a demo derby or something?
Yeah. Visually awesome. Gameplay wise, it's like one of those walking sims.
Okay, I'm good then.
Not a lot going on gameplay wise, but visually stunning. Love the look of it.
I'll check it out. Metaphor Refantasio dropping on PC, PS4, PS5, and Series X. Starship Troopers Extermination dropping on PC, PS5, and Series X. Ballsy releasing that right now when Helldivers 2 exists, but I figure with the negative press Helldivers has gotten, how much the fan base has fallen off of it, it probably is a good time to be releasing your own Starship Troopers game.
Is it Well, let me take a look at this real quick. Is this doing the Helldivers thing in the Helldivers way, or is it no gameplay
I mean,
at all?
you could argue Helldivers was doing the Starship Troopers thing, but I know what you mean. Like mechanically, is it like Helldivers? I have no idea.
This has a lot of base building. It looks like it looks like more of like a defense.
So it's a 16-player co-op FPS that puts you on the far-off front lines of an all-out battle against the bugs. So it's probably like a horde mode style game.
Yeah.
So less like objectives, more like horde defense.
Looks like there's some first person, but it's hard to tell if that's actual gameplay or.
Yeah.
It's like very little actual gameplay in this in these videos here. Oh, this is out in early access already. People are playing this.
Yeah, but I think the actual like full release is coming out. So I mean, we'll see when it comes out, right? Like what that looks like. I've heard good things about it for the most part. I just gotta go check it out now.
Yeah, I'm sure people are streaming this, so
I'm sure people are streaming it too. Yeah,
up a stream or something and see what it's actually like. These videos are dog shit.
Yeah, I'll have to see when it comes out, what it officially looks like, what people are streaming with it. And then we got Undisputed dropping on PC, PS5, and Series X. Wingspan dropping on PS4 and PS5. For October 15th, we got 9 Rip dropping on Switch. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition dropping on current gen systems, the PS5 and Series X. I didn't even know that was happening. Well, that's cool. Drova Forsaken Kin dropping on everything: PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. Just Dance 2025 dropping on Switch and PS5 and Series X. Neva dropping on everything: PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, and Series X.
That's the next game from the Grease guys.
Oh yeah?
Which I think you can get Grease right now for like $1 on Steam. So do that and then check this game out, because yeah, again, they're, you know, visually stunning games. These look fucking awesome. Neva looks like it has a bit more game to it, but just looks fucking awesome.
That does look awesome. It looks incredible. Like, I like this. We got New World Aeternum dropping on PC, PS5, and Series X. What is this? Like a sequel to that MMO, or?
I think it's an expansion, but also coming to consoles. People don't like this game.
I was gonna say, like, people didn't like it. It didn't do well, right? Like, that was like the whole thing.
Yeah. You know, I played it. I thought it was okay for the hour that I played it. You know, it's like a Guild Wars, but I think it's actually, you know, it's more action oriented.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought it was okay, but I didn't get deep into it. Yeah, Elysian. Yeah, I'm not sure what the Eternum is. But
yeah, I don't know what that is. It's probably just like I think you're right. It's just the expansion, and it's releasing with the expansion on consoles.
Yeah.
And we got Nico Derico, The Magical World. This looks like Crash Bandicoot, but it's not Crash Bandicoot. Oh, it is. What is this?
It's not Crash Bandicoot.
No.
It looks a lot
I didn't
like
watch the
Crash.
game. I look at the screen. Yeah, the screenshots. It's like 2D and 3D. It's got 2D and 3D screenshots, so it's. I guess it is like Crash Bandicoot. I should probably just watch the trailer
Couch
and see what the.
Yeah, it's like a platformer. You know, it looks more like a Donkey Kong Country.
It does, but it has some 3D sections
Oh.
from the screenshots I'm seeing. What the fuck is this song? Are you hearing this song? That's playing during the trailer?
That's is that not like one of those Just Dance songs?
It sounds like a discount Katy Perry.
Oh, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was Katy Perry. You're right. That was a knockoff Katy Perry. That's absolutely.
That's what
It's
I'm
like
saying.
Katy Perry mixed with like a little bit of Lady Gaga. Interesting. You know, Rebecca Black has got a DJ set coming up on Boiler Room.
I don't know what any of those words mean. Like, what are you saying?
Rebecca Black, she was the girl that did
The Friday girl.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but what's Boiler Room?
Boiler Room. They just do like DJ sets. They bring in DJs, and it's just like they put them in a room full of a bunch of people, and then just let them DJ.
So like Tiny Desk Concert from NPR, but for EDM.
Yeah, yeah. And then,
Okay.
yeah, I was just scrolling through YouTube, and it said Rebecca Black, and it had a little preview, and it looked like her, though she wasn't playing Friday. Yeah, and I was like, oh, good for her.
I've heard she's actually like really like funny about the whole Friday thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like apparently she's like super self-aware about it, and like she understands, like she gets the joke basically. She's not like Tommy Wiseau where she's pretending like
Yeah.
everyone actually likes it. She knows what it is and why people gravitate to it.
Yeah,
There's this interview that's like really fucking funny where she's like deconstructing the song, and she makes it sound like it's this like
oh, it was like a genius lyrics breakdown.
Yeah, just like this. Yeah, it was like a genius lyrics breakdown. She pretends like it's this like nihilistic like American teenage outlook to like society, and it's so goddamn funny. Like it's obviously bullshit, but it's so funny just how she plays it so straight. It's really funny. That's what I mean. Like, good on you for having a sense of humor about it. Like, and then she went and turned that into like actual success and monetized it. So
yeah,
like best thing that could have happened with that, honestly. So good on her for handling it so well. Yeah, so Nico Derico, you can check that out.
That was a terrible name for.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't roll off the tongue at all.
Like a little like family-friendly co-op platformer. It's like
just call it Nico. Like I don't know why you had to like Nico in the Magical World. Like
yeah.
We got a squirrel with a gun dropping on PS5 and Series X. I actually heard this game is really funny.
Really, 'cause it looks like shit. It looks like it looks worse than Goat Simulator.
Well, that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to do the Goat Simulator thing, where it's like, oh, we're kind of bad and glitchy, but like on purpose because it's funny.
Is it? I mean, it's got very positive on Steam, so I guess. I look at this and I don't know what the game is. Oh,
Well,
never
it's like
mind.
some weird like off like platformer is what it's supposed to be doing.
No, I totally get it now. Never mind. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is Goat Simulator, just with a squirrel and a gun.
Yeah, now you get it.
It's just these games are so low effort, man. Like it's
I'll
the sh-
argue there's some effort to like memifying it in a way that like it's playable. Because it would be one thing if it was like totally unplayable, right? Like if it was just annoying to play, not fun, and on top of like graphically looking awful. But I would argue there's like a kind of an art to making something that ugly and funny to look at while also making it not awful to play.
yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah, because it's not like
it's harder to make a bad game good than it is to just make a bad game.
yeah, like not just that, but like people. You've heard the expression like "so good, so bad it's good," like like
Yeah,
movies
yeah.
and stuff. But movies are a very like passive medium, right? You're watching what someone else put together versus playing a game like you're playing that shit like you're in it. You have to experience it on a level you wouldn't with a movie. So how can I explain it? If a game feels like shit to play, like it doesn't matter how like unintentionally funny it is, you're not gonna have fun playing it.
Yeah.
Versus a movie, even if a movie is like bad to watch, like there's no effort on your part to just watch it and make fun of it. You know what I mean? But having to deal with a bad game, that just feels bad to play, like maybe puzzles don't work right and you have to like keep doing the same thing over and over again, or a game crashes on you. Like it's a very different experience. I can't think of any games that are so bad they're good just because of that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there is a so bad it's good game out there, at least not that's like intentional.
Like God Hand.
I'll give you that, but some people just can't play God Hand though. Like it doesn't feel good to play to some people. I haven't played God Hand, so I wouldn't know, but
Well, it doesn't feel
that's like
good to play to anyone.
yeah.
What's the point? It's bad, but like everything that happens around it is like
I
you
heard it
make
was
yourself
fun though.
It's fun
I heard,
in a way. Well, it's only fun because like how ridiculous it is. That thing has like nut
I
shots and
I thought it was like a genuinely like fun action game. That's not right. That's not correct.
I would not say so, but it's like bad in a way that like, Devil May Cry is bad, but there's nothing charming about Devil May Cry. It's just a bad game. But if you gave me Devil May Cry with the humor and the humor of God Hand, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is great.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like I would put up with all the bullshit just because I just want to see how more ridiculous it gets.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Then we got Wizardry Variants Daphne dropping on mobile, whatever that is. Wizardry Variants, what is this? Oh, some mobile garbage? Okay.
Is it not like a Harry Potter thing?
I don't know. It's too fantasy to be Harry Potter. October 16th, we got 8-Bit Adventures 2 dropping on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. What is this? Is this like a bunch of like collection of games? Are these like actual games that have released in that era?
No, it's one game. It's one game that's made to look like a. Did I play this one? I think I played this one. It's actually better than it looks.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look bad to me, but
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
some people look at this and go, "This looks like shit." No, this is actually better than it looks.
Oh, that's cool.
Gameplay wise, story wise. Yeah, I did play. I played this one.
It looks cool. I'll check it out for sure then.
Yeah,
check it out for sure.
A while ago on Steam. Yeah, I played this in a demo derby. It's really fun.
Yeah, this looks cool. I'll check it out. Yo, am I still on the call with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. I heard like the call disconnect sound. I was like, what the fuck just happened? That was weird.
My friend sent me this fucking Steam PM
Okay.
message.
Oh, okay, that's what that sound was. That was like call disconnect. All right. Yeah, also October 16th, Crow Country dropping on PS4 and Switch. I've actually heard good things about this.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, I played this in the demo derby. Really fucking good. It does like the Resident Evil, like classic Resident Evil thing, but it does it better.
Yeah.
Like control wise and shit like that. Yeah, super good. Really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about this. Like, it's on my list. I'm checking it out later. Maybe I'll pick up the Switch copy. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a thing now. There's like a resurgence in the in making games look shitty. Not making games look shitty, but you know the nostalgia of the PS1 N64 aesthetic. Is coming back now.
Yeah, like old school again. Which like I'm into because I like that. I like that look. I like that shit. Oh my god, my shit's like freezing. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the show. Thank you everybody for coming to listen. We said it was gonna be a short one. Not a lot happened this week, but hopefully next week we'll have some more details.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tell the people they can find us.
And you can go to gameoverse.com, gameoverse.com/Twitch, gameoverse.com/YouTube, gameoverse.com/radio, 24/7 radio station, game jams, and gameoverse.com/Discord. Hop in there, hop in that Discord, play some games with us. I'm going to be playing more Diablo. So if anyone got that Diablo, hop in that Diablo. Play some Diablo with us. Because it's good. It's good shit. It's good shit. And I'm going to no-life that game. So join me in that.
I wish I could no-life that game, but I got a responsibility, so it's not an option for me, unfortunately. I am going to be playing... well, I gotta go pick up my kid first, and then I'll see what I'm doing after that. But I'll probably hop on Diablo later. My schedule is changing at work, some shit's going on, so I'll have to wait till things settle down before, like, I can start playing games. I'll still be off on Thursdays, though, so we can still do the show same days, but
yeah,
the rest of my schedule is going to be changing substantially.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Be cool, be safe, be nice to each other, and we'll see you all next week.